In the summer update, we got a new business called the Bottom Dollar Bail Enforcement, which turned out to be a really great, new and fun business. So in this video, I will explain the payouts, mission layouts and everything you need to know about it so you can be as efficient to make the most out of it. So first things first, what do you need to have to start this business? You will need to have from $1.6 to $2.2 million to buy the new business building, and you will have to have just a few guns and a bit of skill to complete the missions. Nothing crazy, so you can see that the barrier of entry is not that bad. To start this business, you will have to go into the Maze Bank Foreclosures website to purchase the bail office at any location you want. I highly suggest to get any of the offices in the city and avoid the far north bail office on the map since it won't be worth to drive that far. I personally chose the Vinewood bail office since all my businesses are nearby that location. From the upgrades, you will first have the style option, which is obviously a cosmetic upgrade. The second option is way more interesting, which will let you purchase up to 2 agents that will carry out bounty missions by themselves. So it would work similar to how your CEO warehouse works, where you come up to the worker and send him to get the stuff, in this case to catch the criminal. They will bring back anywhere from $12,000 to $20,000 and the money will be added to your safe in the office. I don't think these agents are worth it since you can do the missions yourself, which will take 10 to 15 minutes and you will get about $40,000, which is way more than the agents will bring you back. Personal quarters are helpful if you want to use the bail enforcement building as your spawn location. Gun locker will just let you change the custom weapon loadout, which is only worth it if you don't have a gun locker in any of other locations. And the armor plating will just add armor plating to the delivery van, and if you don't purchase the upgrade now, you will be able to purchase the armor in the garage for the same price. Enough of the upgrades, now let's talk business. The first time you come into the bail office, you will get a cutscene where Mod will explain all the backstory for the business and its purpose. After the cutscene, you will be at your computer where all the targets are showcased. Now the targets are quite different and the missions for them work in 2 different ways, so let me first explain about the targets and then I will explain the bounty missions themselves. The most important will be obviously the one that pays the most, which is marked by a red border. This most wanted target will be only available once per day, so after you collect the target, you will have to wait a whole day for another one. The missions will take about 10 to 15 minutes to complete and make you $120,000. With the most wanted target missions, you can also earn additional money by, for example, taking the painting on the wall, but it won't be that worth it since it will only make you an additional $5,000, which isn't much. So the high value target is definitely one of the things you will want to add to your daily money-making routine. The other 3 targets will pay out about $40,000 each, and the 3 targets will change every hour, meaning in 1 hour you can only capture 3 regular targets. The missions will be simpler and they will take from 5 to 15 minutes to complete depending on how far you need to drive to get the targets. And just for later missions, if you are wondering, you don't have to drive the delivery van, you can take any of your personal vehicles or planes, and only when you collect the bounty, your van will spawn in and you will have to drive it back. The missions will be different depending if you get the regular or most wanted target, so let's look at them both. First, we are going to talk about high value targets since you are most likely to do those missions. The high value targets will be in a mission format where you will have to go into the mission screen and prepare for it. In these missions, you will have to go to a random location first to figure out where the target is located at. The missions are self-explanatory with the tasks explained at the bottom of the screen. After you get the location of the target, you will have to go to that location and collect the suspect. To collect the bounty, you will have to somehow knock them down, making them drop their weapons so you can pick the person up. For that, you can use the taser to make them drop the weapon or shoot a single bullet at their feet to make them fall over. This method doesn't always work the first time, so you might have to drop the target more than once. Although you want to be careful not to kill them since the payout will decrease drastically, and I will explain what happens then a bit later. After you collect the target, you will have to drive them back to the bail office to book them in. After the mission, you won't instantly receive the payout and will have to wait some time before the money comes into your bank account. You can also buy the agents to make the process quicker, but I personally don't care if I receive the money quicker or not. Now let's quickly go over the simpler regular target missions. The missions, unlike the most wanted target missions, will happen in an open lobby and not in a mission format. For the missions, you will just have to go to the location on the screen to collect the target. The collection process of the suspect will be the same. There will be some missions where you will have to go all the way across the map, and there will be others that are really close. There is no way of knowing which you will get since they are randomized, so you will just have to hope it is not a long route. To add to that, there are 5 different mission types for regular targets which you will be able to identify when you go there. And I will really shortly explain them all, so it is easy for you to complete them. If you go to the location where there is a crashed prison bus, you will have to investigate the jumpsuit on the ground and follow the blood trail until you find the policeman's body, after which you will have a marked area on the map where you need to search for the target. It will be easy to find the suspect since you will see a purple lowrider and a gang nearby who you will have to shoot in order to retrieve the suspect. If you get the bank robbery one, you will simply have to go into the bank and collect the suspect. Only difficulty will be the cops, which will be on you instantly. To lose them, it is best to call in your own helicopter or Mark II oppressor and fly high in the air to lose them. After you lose them, just return to the van and deliver it back to the bail office as usual. If you get the mission where you have to hack into the security cameras, you will have to go through them and look carefully since you will only mark the target if you zoom into them. When you exit the cams, just go there and collect the target as usual. Another mission is where you have to go into an arcade building to find the suspect. Only difficulty you might face could be the secret door to the staircase. To go to the staircase, just go up to this arcade game and press E so the secret door opens and you can go to the second floor and capture the target. And lastly, there is another mission similar to the last one where you will have to go into an MC clubhouse building in search for the bounty. It will be a simple mission where you will have to kill all the people inside, then go through the roll-up doors by shooting an electric box and simply collect the bounty. Now let's talk about what happens if you kill the target. For regular and most wanted targets, it will be the same. You will lose about 75% of the payout, so regular targets, instead of 40,000 you will get 9,000, and instead of $120,000 for most wanted target you will get only $30,000. And if the target is deceased, you will now have to deliver him not to the bail office but to the cemetery where the body will be dealt with. Only good thing about this outcome is that you won't have to wait for the payout, it will be instant. That said, I would highly suggest not killing the bounty to get a full payout. Now let's talk numbers. I would highly recommend to do at least the high value target mission every day since you will get $120,000 for a simple 10 minutes of work. If you want to do other bounty missions, your payout will be capped at about $120,000 every hour since you can't do more than 3 bounty missions in that hour. All that said, I wouldn't recommend this business for new players since there are better ways to make money like the Cayo Perico heist or casino heist, but for already established players, this is a great way to make additional $120,000 every day. So this has been a full guide on the new business. Tell me in the comments, how do you like the new business so far? If you found this video useful, consider subscribing, and I will see you lovely people in the next one. Have a wonderful day.